Hi, this is Nicole for DJ Mag Indonesia, and I'm here with Paul Mayson. Hi, Paul. Welcome. Can you please introduce yourselves to our Asian viewers?
My name is Paul. I produce electronic music, somewhere in between house music and indie. Yeah, I've been touring a little bit in Asia and Europe right now, and I just released my new EP. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. And how did you get in contact with EDM?
I'm not sure. Actually, for me, it didn't really start in typical EDM, but more in like minimal house and techno. That's what I was into when I was younger, and I played in bands as well. So I'm also kind of more about live instruments, and that's kind of more of my background. And then I started producing electronic music and kind of combining the minimal house with the live instrument stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my background.
And what kind of instruments do you play?
I started with drums actually for about 8 years. So yeah, that was my main instrument back then. Yeah.
Okay, very good. And can you tell us more about your style of music? You already said it's a mixture of Indian and EDM house music.
Yeah, it's basically electronic indie. So it's electronic music, kind of housey, but it has a lot of indie influences. So it's very vocal driven, a lot of vocals, but also a lot of indie sounding stuff. So guitars and yeah, just indie rock kind of vibes. So it's kind of a blend of those two worlds, I think.
And that's because of your background playing in bands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really good. And we have heard that you've been touring through Asia. Can you tell us which country you already visited? And did you also visit Indonesia?
Yeah, I did Japan, Tokyo, I did Seoul, and I also did Indonesia. I did Jakarta and Bali. So I did 2 shows, I think, in Indonesia in that tour. And yeah, so quite a lot of Indonesia at that time. Yeah.
And how was playing in Indonesia for you?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think I played at Fable. That was one of the clubs, and the other one, I think, I'm not sure, VH Bali, I think it was. Yeah, and both shows were really good. So yeah, it's just great to be here. I really like to be there as well, just to chill out for a bit. And yeah, so it's been good.
And are there any plans for going back there?
Yeah, currently now of course we're in the middle of ADE, and then at the end of this month I'm doing some more shows in Europe, and then later probably I'm going back to Asia, but I'm not sure what the dates are yet, so yeah. We'll announce.
They will be announced. Very good. And what will be your next release? And is it already signed to a record label?
Actually, I just released my new EP. Last Friday on Hexagon, which is Don Diablo's label. So that's actually my first 4-song EP with 4 records on it. So that's kind of what's new for me right now and what we're focusing on right now. And after that, I'll be releasing more songs, of course. But yeah, those aren't announced yet. So yeah, so for now it's the EP. That's most important. Yeah.
And which kind of programs do you use when you produce music?
I use FL Studio. I've been using that all my life, so yeah, I don't think... I've tried using Logic as well, but that didn't really work for me, so I think I'll just stick to what I'm used to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Always working with something you're familiar with, know how it works, and...
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of... Starting with a new program is kind of I mean, in the end, making music is the same, but yeah, it takes about half a year, I think, to get into it really, and the workflow that I have with my current program is just really, really good. So I don't think I'm gonna change that. Yeah.
How many tracks do you produce, let's say, in a month?
Quite a lot, actually. I work on a lot of ideas, just tons of ideas, and only the best ones I decide to finish. So. Quite a lot, and I also sometimes produce a little bit for other artists as well. So yeah, I kind of like to keep it diverse and just produce a lot of stuff, and then kind of go for the things that to me sound best or have the most artistic value, or yeah.
And when you produce for other DJs, do you start up with just a track and do they finish it? Or do you just completely finish a track and do they use it on their record label and use it by their name?
Yeah, kind of depends. I mean, I'm focused on my own project, so I'm working on a lot of new music to release myself. I just did the EP, of course, which is kind of kind of a really crossover project. If you listen to the songs, it's all very vocal driven. It's all very based around electronic production, but it's very indie sounding. So yeah, that was a really interesting process, I think. And yeah, sometimes I do other projects, but that really depends on the conditions and what artists. And but right now I'm really focusing on my own stuff, and yeah, it's going really well. So yeah.
And besides DJing and producing, do you have other passions? Do you like something to do besides this, the music?
It's always been music for me, really. Yeah, since I grew up. So do I have a lot of other passions? I think music for me is kind of a thing that I always did just to get my mind off things, you know. So that's kind of my biggest passion. What else do I like to do? Yeah, I like sports for a bit, you know, sometimes. Just going out with friends, stuff like that. But I don't have any very spectacular other hobbies or passions, or no.
And when you tour, do you do something special to keep in shape, to keep healthy?
I try to eat healthy, but yeah, that's about it. And I'm not really a drinker, so that helps too, you know. And yeah, that's about it.
And can you tell us your favorite Indonesian dish, or do you have a specific Asian dish that you like?
I'm not sure actually. I went to Indonesia once for those 2 shows. I'm not sure what the dish was called actually, but yeah, I really love Indonesian food in general because it's, you know, it's a lot of rice, it's a lot of chicken, it's very spicy. So yeah, I like the food over there.
It's good.
Yeah.
And do you have anything you would like to share with our Indonesian viewers?
Yeah, I would say thanks for all the support from Indonesia so far. I've had 2 really great shows out there, so I hope to be back soon.
This was Nicole with Paul Mayson for DJ Mag Indonesia. Thank you.